commentary. Stay Scamming League. I am playing the Browns, Brady, this week. I'm doing commentary because Brady is someone that I know usually watches games after he plays them in an effort to get better. So I am mostly doing this for his benefit so he can rewatch and get some instant feedback that will probably help. But for anyone who's interested to see my approach to play calling, I tend to be pretty methodical. Doesn't mean the way I do things is the right way, but it is a way, and it is systematic. So you may be able to borrow some things, not necessarily from my playbook, although that might be an option, but more so from my system, or at least the approach to my system. There may be some things that you like about it. So if so, you're welcome to it. There's no new thing under the sun, and certainly very little new in football over the last, well, there's been some updates, I'll put it that way. I like to go ball in the air defense, play ball, unless the other team has a receiver that is a one-on-one terror of a matchup. In that case, I'd be more careful about that. Matchup, I always go by depth chart in case they move guys around. I have a matchup if I want. Option defense, aggressive. QB can keep it if he wants, and that's it. The others are all situational and should not be used unless there's a situational reason to. Okay. So my alignment's pretty good here. It's a draw. I saw that coming. These animations are just so predictable. It's ridiculous. The play call wasn't predictable, but the animation is. That's why I was able to immediately say it was a draw. Never too early to try to get a little bit of a trap going on. So let's bring a little bit of pressure. See if he doesn't try a quick pass here over the middle. No? Good call. Good call. Alright, he's got a 3rd and short. Early in a game, I am never overly aggressive on 3rd and short because, I mean, it's not like he's in field goal range, right? So I will bring 5, and I will show aggressive zones, but I'm not going with any kind of an all-out blitz here. This is just a feel out. I am going to control Brown in case there's a quick pass here. Good read. Good read. Had good protection, and because I was playing aggressive zones, my middle linebacker followed the underneath route. So, great throw. Well done, Brady. Okay, come back out, play a little bit more defense. Going to go aggressive zones here for the additional run support. Pretty good play by that linebacker. I just managed to sign Denzel Perryman to a pretty team-friendly contract that pretty much locks him up for the rest of his career. So he's been playing great this year. Way more user picks than I expected out of him. So that's exciting. Those are not nearly as effective now as they used to be. So 3rd and long obviously gives us a great chance to do some damage. We'll go aggressive pass rush since it is 3rd and long. And go with our wide front since we're not concerned about a 12-yard run up the middle. Yeah, assuming that he came out in this personnel, which he did. And let's play a little bit of a trap defense and roll a robber down from the safety position. Yeah, Derwin James. Love it. Okay. Pass committing here. Let's pick. And that robber that I just talked about is the one that made it to the interception. So, perfect play call, and it worked out to perfection. And that is Derwin James' 4th pick on the year. Great player. Kid has like the rookie with like 90 speed and 90 hit power and 80 something man already. The guy's just ridiculous. Okay, so immediately this front he's lined up in, Brady, look, just count my advantage to the left side of the box here. I mean, I have immediate +1 or +2 advantage. Yeah, and that run is exactly what you'd... And he's injured. That run is exactly what you would expect out of an alignment like that. So it looks like you're in 4-3, wide 9, cover 6. Sometimes your linebackers will glitch into an alignment where they stuff the gap for no real reason. There are some user inputs that can cause that, but in this case, I'm not sure that's really what happened. I think it just happened randomly. You will want to move your linebacker out of that gap. Your linebacker went and sat in the A gap pre-snap, and that just opened up the entire field. So that is something to watch for. Careful of that. Notice I do have Odell Beckham in the slot. This looks like a two-man look. So what do I want to do here? Probably work Allen underneath, but we certainly want to see if we can work Beckham here. Okay, not bad. Got more than half of the way to the goal there. We are going to substitute. I will never start an injured guy back in his position because it is too risky. This is a pretty good red zone formation. I believe we can get the dig right at the back of the end zone if we get protection. So the running back, for the intention of this play, the running back really isn't doing anything that we need, so he will get blocked. The inside tight end doesn't really do anything I need, so he's also going to get blocked, and then I'm hopefully going to have time to throw this to the back of the end zone. And Myles Garrett made that not a possibility. That's okay. It's good defense. So let's do this. Actually, let's do this. Got some plays here where the receivers can work back at the end zone pretty well. Obviously got to get protection. And he's using the D-line. So there's different opinions on that. I personally don't think anyone should be using D-line. The pressure, in my opinion, is way, way over-exaggerated. But, to each their own. We're just going to run this in. Excellent protection. You'll notice I missed that to the left. I have a lot of lag for some reason when I kick field goals, so I actually aimed it to the right knowing that I would lag to the left a little bit. Nice coverage. It's the returns to the inside this year that are really scary. So if you're someone who feels like you never get good kick returns, be patient and work the middle of the return. That seems to be the soft spot this year. So he's in base personnel again, so I'm going to respond with base personnel. I am going to bring a little bit of pressure this time. He's ran on every first down so far. So look at my linebacker, the way he's lined up. I do not want him like that. Yeah. In the process of just trying to get my guy back into position, he snapped the ball. So I just ended up using a guy who was supposed to be blitzing, which normally I wouldn't do, but yeah, it's just necessity that time. So good on his part to change up the tendency. That said, I don't know that the play. So okay, if you run on first down a few times and you get someone to like, well, I think they're going to think that I'm running on first down. You got to call a concept that. Oh, I just realized that I have aggressive pass rush on, which I should not have on that first down. It's okay on this down because it's second and super long, but I should not have had that on the first down. Apologies. Wow. Pass rush is just getting there. Anyways, if you believe that they're going to think you're running on first down, you got to call a pass play that works well with the kind of defense you think they would set up against the run. That's very important because that's going to be your expectation. I brought a run blitz. The play that you called was not really a run blitz beater. So think about that when you're calling plays. Now, he may just call a draw here, but we're not really worried either way. That's a pick. Ooh. Good play. 4th and a million. I was in this situation the other day, and I punted the ball into my own, just like that. Wow, that was close. What are you doing? Do you want to maybe field that? Wow, it's terrible. Just cost me 30 yards. Okay. Our offense is predicated on keeping people honest in the run game with outside zone, so I usually come out in that first. Doesn't mean I'm always running outside zone, it just means I'm always looking to see if there's a bubble for it. So this looks like cover 2, or some kind of a roll cover 3, possibly cover 1 blitz. That's actually what I'm feeling here. So I'm going to go with a play that's good versus the cover 1 blitz. And it's not. It's zone. That's the slowest spin I've ever seen in my life. So it was a cover 3, a little rolled coverage there. 2nd and 2, pretty good time to call smash. Notice something here, I just flipped the play. Why did I do that? I'm on the left hash. I prefer to throw smash to the side of the field that has the hitch off the line, and I prefer the smash, the 2 smash receivers to be on the boundary side. And if you don't know the difference, boundary and field, boundary's the close side, field's the wide side. So short side, boundary, wide side, field. I feel like the spacing is better. On the other side, I'll probably just make that curl flat. There's no reason to run double smash here. I do like the smash call versus his defensive look. Just got to let him drop a little bit. There we go. So for whatever reason, I feel like boundary side and receiver off the line is the way to run smash. Your mileage may vary. That's just the way that I'm comfortable doing it. So, again, I like this personnel grouping. It puts my best guys on the field. I am going to come out outside zone, stretch. See if we can work any bubbles. So the stretch is not there. I don't like that look at all. I do, however, like something to work to the backside, like this PA flow. I am going to protect to the backside, though, for the roll because of how his defensive lineman is aligned. And I got to step into this. There we go. So the reason I said I have to step into this is during the play action. Now, the reason is because he ran a contain cover 1, right? So he took a really significant outside release, his defensive lineman, and I recognized that and knew I would have to step up. Had I tried to roll out or even just drop back more, that would have been a sack. So I stepped up immediately, and fortunately my interior line held their ground so that I was able to hit that, the crosser against man. Okay, let's actually flip this. This is another play that has really nice. I tried to run this in the red zone and it wasn't there, but okay. This is going to be either cover 2 or like cover 6 probably. So I probably want to go with this. I don't want Allen to settle in zone, so I'm going to put him on a regular drag. And it's a possibility. I basically want a high-low Henry and Allen on the outside here. So is that corner drop, 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 drop? He stepped up. That was not a tackle. I don't know what that was. Anyway, so I was expecting that guy to be in a flat. I didn't know whether it was going to be hard, soft spot, cloud, etc. But I did know that I was going to read him. That's really important when you be pretty sure right off the gun on a play that you're probably going to be looking at a particular guy to read. That's a comfort blanket. Now post snap, I was immediately able to verify that was in fact a guy sitting in some kind of a squat, soft, or hard flat on the outside. And because I knew that, I knew I was going to be able to read him, and I stuck with that read. And that was a really easy read. So do yourself a favor. Another easy read underneath. He's playing. Now, something to pay attention to. He is telling his defense to drop. The default cover 3 sky weak will not drop that far. He is telling his defense to drop. That's important for us to know because paying attention to how often people do that versus playing hard flats, for example, modifying their cover 3s or cover 4s to hard flats, that's important because you have to adjust your play calling to it. So now that I know that at least some of the time he's going deep flats. I got to watch, or he's telling his guys to go deep. I got to watch for that and see if he's doing that consistently. If he is, I have to take advantage of it. I would love to find Odell Beckham in the corner here. He's on a good corner. Nope, and he's not going to be there. That's okay. We got this. Okay. So you see I'm running a lot of drive type concepts, or shallow cross. That's really, really good when someone is playing back. Someone's playing their zones back, which I'm pretty sure he did yet again. It's going to be really, really good against that. Now, that said, had he played underneath zones, I had a tight end going right over the top of the linebackers. That's actually a really nice red zone play. So that, or had he played aggressive zone, playing his zone up, that's what I mean by aggressive zone. I also could probably have taken a shot to Odell Beckham in the corner. Even though he's on a good corner, I mean, it's like a top 3 receiver in the game versus, I don't care if you're a good corner at that point. I'll give you a shot. I don't think you're going to get a pick. At worst, you'll just back the ball down. Hey, what's up? Oh yeah, I'm doing commentary for the whole game. I forgot that I didn't start a party. I'm taking detailed game notes so you can rewatch this later and get some benefit from it. Like, I'll actually just start a party so you don't have to listen to me. Nope, you're good. All right, let's go back. Come on, taking forever to create a party. Took about 1.5 million years for that party to create, and I'm actually going to call timeout because I have aggressive pass rush on still from last time. I wish you could set that, you could turn that off or make it situational. I would love a situational to just say, if it's 3rd and long or 2nd and long, turn this on, and then please reset it. Or just something that says reset it at the end of every possession. If the possession ends in an interception, it's going to be on the next time you hit the field. It's kind of annoying. Anyways. All right. Because of the interception, my guess is he probably wants to run the ball here. So I'm going to be aggressive about the run. Out of bunch, people love the toss play. Maybe that's what's coming here. And he's going to pass. Okay. Good throw. Good throw. I played overly aggressive there with my linebacker. So, Brady ain't scared of nobody, apparently. That's good. So far, he's hit me twice with digs over the top middle. It's really good that he has that in his offense and that he's reading it, because he's 2 of 2 so far making the right read. A lot of times guys force it underneath because underneath feels like the safe place to go, but it's not the safe place to go if I'm being aggressive. It's the opposite. So, definitely make your reads. It's a good play again. That time he went underneath and it was the right call. So he's working a functional passing game. I'd like to see him attack the outside at some point. Everything so far has been over the middle. This is not too atypical for Madden. Madden is it's a lot easier to attack the middle of the field than it is the outside. So you kind of have to go out of your way to attack anything on the outside. It's a counter. Oh, maybe not. What was that? Was that the sort of the tight end? Yeah, okay. The split where the tight end comes around. It looked like counter, but that's a nice action to make the user want to go the other way, which is exactly what happened to me, biting on what looked like counter motion. 3rd and 6. I am not going aggressive pass rush. He's in base. I am going to split the difference because it is 3rd and 6. I'm going to go with my big nickel, and let's mix things up a little bit and go with the cover 6, which I have not done yet. I don't know why this guy is stuffed into the gap. That is obviously not where he should be. He should just be sitting back here. Okay, I am responsible for this entire area right over the middle. Means this guy here. Yeah, and that's where he wanted to go. I think it was a trail. Yeah. So that trail route is what he was looking at. I was disciplined and did not chase the underneath route. And Von Miller made the rest history. short punt return. That's good. Don't field that. Oh, what a punt. I wonder if he actually did the backspin on that. That is an excellent punt. Okay. I would like to run something. See if we can work a stretch fake, since that is a base play out of this formation that I like to run. And he's probably expecting run. Let's see what happens. Ah! Played down. I would have liked to have been able to make a better read there, but he was usering the wide receiver there, and I just was not comfortable with the places that play could have gone. So, got rid of it quick. I knew it was safe. But, yeah. Okay. I actually think... Let's do this. This is safe. Ah! Break a tackle. Yeah, 3 yards. Not bad. Okay. We got a little bit of breathing room now. Let's see if we can run it. I think actually I'll flip this. What will I? Who do I want running that comeback? Williams or Allen? Probably Allen. I'm guessing this is some variation of cover 3. Come on. Oh man, taking forever to get set. Second one. No. Well, I had a guy, but I just did not have the protection. Unfortunately, the comeback was wide open. Tried to step up into it and just couldn't. Those are scary punts, honestly. Ah, this guy backed off too. What is up with that? Just kick the ball. Okay, so now I don't have any definite keys for what he wants to do on first down. Now he's coming out in 11 personnel. And let's just do this. Kind of splits the difference between some run defense while also having matching personnel. Ooh, what a play. Jeez. I don't know why that guy... Now, that guy should probably be unblocked if he's attacking the gap to strength, but he shouldn't be able to get in there that quickly. It's crazy. It's a play action. Oh, why did my guy in the flat sat down and covered no one, and the guy who caught the ball is literally exactly the guy that he should have been covering. That was not my guy to user. So sometimes there's weirdness in how hard flats work currently. Let's actually bring a little bit of pressure here. Oh, wow. I think we completed that. Robbing that with the safety hard. The reason I was able to rob that is because my safety was on the running back, and the running back did not release. So that set me free as a robber. It's a draw. They're just so predictable. Still not going to go aggressive pass rush. I will probably switch to the big nickel here. Yep. Just in case there's a run. Having Derwin is nice. This guy, I like playing the middle half instead of the default. Nice. Whew, that was very close to him completing either first down to that. Bizarrely, running slants, like looking for the slant after it hits the other hash, which is not at all how you run slants in real life, is amazing in this game. It's very highly effective. Alright. So we have not been very committed to the run. We should probably fix that. I like my passing personnel so much that I probably am quick to switch to the pass when I have even numbers. So it's good to know your tendencies, your own tendencies, and have internal reminders. For me, it's like don't fall in love with the pass. This is actually pretty decent numbers to strength here to be able to run the ball. It's pretty good blocking. Oh my god. Oh jeez. It's just Melvin Gordon being Melvin Gordon. What are you gonna do about that? What are you going to do about that? "81 yards through the heart of the North." I guess it would be the heart of it all. The state of Ohio's, what used to be their state slogan. Maybe it still is, I don't know. And of course the play that I'm referencing is Ezekiel Elliott going for 75 yards versus Alabama in the oh no. Disaster. Derwin James. That is definitely a play you want to throw away. I mean, doesn't get more crystal clear than that, I don't think. Play broke down. I took away the first read. I took away. Dropped to the second read, which was my job. You were hassled. Had a guy running you to the sideline. That's a great pass rusher. It's just an unnecessary risk to throw that. I'm hoping this is cover 2. It's not. That's right. Yeah, he's disguising his cover 3 shell pretty well. He's running a lot of cover 3. Let's try running. This is a variation of Astro. Yeah, I like how this looks for sure. No, don't throw it like that. Gosh. Let's do this. Got him. Now, the timing on that, I was waiting for him to sink to that inside curl from Odell Beckham, at which point I knew, because it was cover 2, that the slant, ooh, that's a terrible kick. I knew the slant would be open. Now, had he, at that point that I was waiting for, had he gone back to the middle of the field, then that little curl inside was going to be open. So I did have an actual read there. And again, I knew the defender I was keying, and I had a very distinct read. And listen closely to this one. I had excellent spacing. You could not possibly cover both of those things at the same time. That is crucial. And way too many plays in this game, unlike real life, do not stretch the stretch defender enough. That was a vertical stretch, meaning there was like a solid 15 yards of space between the underneath offensive player and the over-the-top offensive player. Okay. I'm going to run a little Tampa 2 here because what he's been running, yeah, well, that works out. Tampa 2 just happens to be amazing against outside runs in Madden. That wasn't the intention there. Like I said, though, that formation, the pitch is very popular. That's actually the first time he ran it, I was expecting him to run it, but it looks like instead he was trying to set up running the pitch. Just so you know, Brady, if it looks like a too high defense, that play's not going to be very effective. Whether you like it or not, you could say, oh, well, the corner should be blocked out by the tight end. You're probably right, but in Madden, it's just not how it works out. Could have gotten more out of that. Okay. Gonna run the big nickel if he's 3 or 2 receivers, it's 2 receivers. And we are going to bring a little bit of pressure. This is how you get turnovers. I like this one. It's a safe nickel blitz. It does leave a little bit of a hole in the field. Just got to be aware of where it is. It's this area here. I'm ready for it. Oh. Ooh. I'm guessing he was going to try to go for the tight end over the top of the drive concept. I was ready for it, so it may have been picked. That said, Brady, just so you know, what I was just talking about with spacing, that concept's not spaced very well, which means I kind of can guard both guys at the same time. And you want to avoid that whenever possible. You want spacing to be such that it's impossible to guard both at the same time. All right, let's do this. This is a great example of a play with really good spacing. Just notice how deep the dig is on the backside of this play. You can run wheel dig and then have a viable concept on the other side as well. So something like this could also keep the running back on his check and release, but I usually like it this way. So check the flats, check the flats. That's a hard flat. This is going to be open. Okay? So you identify the flat defender right off the jump. And as you see now on the play call, it was indeed a hard flat, and I could tell that within the first few steps. At that point, I know that I only need to check to make sure that there's not a super aggressive defender coming in over the top. As long as that's not the case, you know you can throw it. If this is cover 2, which it may not be, but if it ends up being cover 2, watch that soft middle of the zone. And it is, okay? He's open. Overthrew. It's okay. My quarterback's 62 overall. Gonna have some of those throws. I'm going to come out a bunch only because bunch is kind of unfairly good, and I only use it situationally, typically. The alignment. There's some really great plays that are very realistic in it, but the alignment just gives it an unfair advantage. Okay. And we'll continue. We'll run some hurry up. And run our X dagger. Watch for a hard flat. Watch for a hard flat. I got the comeback. Perfect. Plenty of time. So it wasn't actually a hard flat per se, but it was the guy responsible for the flat was this play. Actually, I don't really like running the way that it is by default. Okay, we'll just take the yards that we can get. I should have run out of bounds there. I don't know why I did that. I kind of paused at some point. Okay, I'm gonna try to work here. I'd like to take a shot. So it's 2nd and 2. I'd like to take a shot at the end zone. Don't necessarily have to worry about the downs. So let's do this. Let's run switch. If I can catch him in a 2 high, which in the red zone he may switch to, and that does look like what he's in, at least potentially. Let's make this a little bit of a quicker in route, just in case these tight ends drop, which is what he's been doing for most of the game. Let's not. Okay, so now can try for first down. We got to be aware of the clock. No timeouts. If we get a first down, we got to get out of bounds. So a sail route might get the job done here, potentially. This running back route's pretty good as well. The dig doesn't really make sense because of the situation. That said, this is he just pressed up on this guy, and this is a good jump ball receiver, so this might actually be a great time to take a shot. Oh, he dropped it. You see what I mean, though? That was, it was a really good opportunity for him. And that's like my 3rd best wide receiver, so I'm guessing he's probably on his 3rd best corner. So that's a matchup that you want to take. That guy has good spec catch and all that jazz. So can't expect to catch those every time, but I mean that was a minimal dice roll away from being a touchdown off of a nice look. Those are the kind of 50-50 balls you want to call, in my opinion. It's low risk. It's a good matchup. It's kind of a no-lose situation. If you don't get it, it stops the clock. You can still kick the field goal, whatever. 3 wide. I don't know if he's actually going to try to bomb this, so I'm going to be ready for a safe run. He may just be looking to see if he can get a freebie off a run play. Yeah, that looks to be the case. Joey Bosa with the stop. Holding him to 1 yard to carry. And you can't ask for much more than that. So halftime, get the ball, up by a bunch. I'm going to mostly continue running my offense, only because I need the reps, and it's not fun for anyone for me to sit here and run the ball for an entire 2 quarters. So, if you're watching this, apologies if it feels like I'm running up the score, assuming that is what happens, but it's not the intention at the same time. It's also not a situation where I have a star quarterback that I need to sub out for a backup. My starter is a backup and needs developed, so we will continue running an offense with him. Looks like it might be too high, but he shows that look a lot, so it's really hard to say. That said, we will do curl flat on the backside, just in case. Yeah, and that's actually what will work here. Perfect. It's a tight throw, but if you're confident, it's a throw you can make. I'm going to call this just in case he presses up. Presses up here. I got 2 manual outside releases. Give me a chance to look at a deep shot, and then he's not sitting 10 yards off. So he's not going to run that play. We'll just run the ball here. This is kind of even numbers, so not bad. Got a bad block. Gave him a free guy. So let's try to get back to our base run. I'm curious to see if he overshifts, because we ran it this way. Left hash, flipped, last time for a huge 81-yard touchdown. Let's see if he recognizes that and overshifts. Let's just watch. See if he does any shifting at all. Doesn't look like it. Ow. And that's just the result of him using that guy. That actually probably would have been a really good run based on that alignment, if not for the insta shed. Okay, let's run drive. Allen. Let's get the extra protection from the running back. And go. Oh no! It's a perfect read. QB struggles with accuracy. So that dig was wide open on the break against man. Now part of that is not so much just the route, it's the fact that that's a really good receiver. Oh, why did you catch that? It's a receiver with like 90-something short and mid route running, so perfect guy to have running that route. Game situation, we can be a little more aggressive. It's great to test things out, just test the limits of your defense when you're in safe situations, which we are now. We're a huge point cushion. So I want to start running a little bit of cover zero and see how well we can pull that off in terms of pressure versus coverage versus stopping the run. Oh, I had that. I got picked up at the last second, bringing a 7th blitzer. It's a really good pickup. Okay, let's do this. Being aggressive underneath zones. Catch the flats if it goes there. do this.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Wow, what a catch. What a catch.
Double tight, guys, double tight.
I recognized that immediately. I just happened to be on the end there because I had switched off. And I just kind of slammed it in. Pass here. I don't know why, but basically every time you intercept the ball, you end up running the wrong direction. It's really annoying. Tackle there. Stop.
All right, here we go. Green 39.
Williams, it's a beast. Thought that might be cover 2 there. That's why I called that. Okay, I'm curious to see if he does anything different to try to generate offense. Right now, again, like I said earlier, Brady, pretty much everything you're doing is over the middle of the field. In your passing game, you gotta attack some other things. You gotta attack the corner, you gotta attack the sideline. Right now, I have nothing to worry about in the passing game other than right over the middle, and that's where I'm usering. So that's actually the toughest place to go. If you are gonna go middle, then you need some kind of a vertical horizontal stretch to put me as a user in a bind, and it's going to have to be an exaggerated one because I can cover a lot of ground. Even playing my position, I can jump high and all that stuff. Might be more here. Wheel routes maybe from the... Ooh. Nice little move there. So it was a wheel route. Thought that might be the case. Just hit him with a little bit of man. Inside leverage. Most of his route combinations are inside leverage. Oh, he slipped off of that. Wow. I thought I was going to get an arm tackle there. That was a nice run. So he's still committed to trying to work the run in there, which is good. I mean, situationally, if he runs the ball, the game's over. But it's probably also over if I can tee off on the pass the whole game because of the kind of D-line I have. But knowing that, we should make sure we maintain run integrity in anything we call. This cover 1's pretty good against the run. Nice play. Yeah, not a bad call. I mean, I don't know that receiver is great, but I did take away everything else. I had my best corner on the left side of the field. I was using the guy that was open on the trail, and he took the best shot available. So, well done. That said, though, that's a low percentage thing. As far as attacking the outside, that's a low percentage way to do it. You got to have some high percentage things. I did put this guy in a deep blue. Good. Found the seam. That's good. That is good. Way to find the seam. That's the only thing that's going to be open in that scenario. And as a defense, you got to pick your poison. If you're going to play too high, zones on the outside, then you are going to have to, pick your poison. I honestly thought that was going to be play action. Yeah, let's do this. See if we can catch him here. Now there's obviously a quick soft spot right here to the right side. Oh, he's going to run the ball. Okay. That's his first tackle. Wow. Nothing this game. Thought he got something earlier. Let's go match. Press up. This is similar to running cover 1, depending on what route combinations he ends up running. User. Oh, I guess I'm using the D line accidentally. That's fourth down. I assume he'll go for this. Okay, now I'm actually going to be aggressive here. Oh wow. That play works way more than it should. For some reason, the contain man on the backside always bites on the fake, and he's the one guy, the only guy that really bites, and he's the one guy that cannot, and should not, and would not, honestly. There's no reason for him to even believe that he has any reason to be in on that action, out of that look. So I don't like that play for that reason. It's effective, but not for a realistic reason. Now, if you could call it against defenses that were slanting or blitzing to strength, I would like that. I mean, in that case, I was blitzing to strength, but I still had a +1 contained defender, and he's the one that always ends up biting on that, which just doesn't make any sense. All right. See if we'll go with a quick pass here. Nope, he's gonna run it. We got a run blitz dialed up. And we will again. Most likely. It's got 2 wide this time. No. Because it's balanced, double slant actually would be pretty overly effective in that scenario, so let's do this. Oh, I got out left. Oh, good run. Good run. I let myself get out levered. This means instead of doing my job, him out, I started to cut in too early to be aggressive, and by getting a perfect seal block to pick me up and kind of suction me in. So, definitely could have played that better. The computer would have played that better, for sure. Alright, let's try some things out here. We got. Well, let's see if we gotta look for this. Bubble. Bubble's great out of trips. It's bad out of pretty much everything else. It's pretty good out of it's about the only time you get a decent look. Which here, this actually is a great look for Bubble. Now the block was terrible, but the look itself was really good. And the reason the block was terrible is because for whatever reason in Madden, if you call it blows up any kind of a bubble or a screen, even though the blocker is there. So, Clint, if you're listening, that's obviously wrong. Please fix that. Nice. Williams is having himself a game. He's actually probably about to be traded. Good young receiver, 6'4", fast. Good dude. Yeah. Hello, deep middle. No! So overthrown. Okay. I'm very fortunate these overthrows have not been in areas where they could be picked off, because any number of these could have been. Very lucky so far. Oh, nice. Oh, jeez, what a move. Now that little spin that he did, that wasn't me, that was actually the break tackle animation. Firing. That little spin. That's just the break tackle when you try to hit stick someone who has a high break tackle rating. You get that animation. That's why it's so important to have guys with good break tackle as your offensive dudes. That one again is a break tackle. Right hash. Oh, PI. Oh, wow. Yeah, nice. Don't see that called very often. I wonder if I can get him to chase this little halfback motion thing. So I can hit the tight end in the back of the end zone. If I get him to chase, it might be there to Henry. Oh, jeez. Horribly inaccurate pass. Alright, let's just let's go traditional with this. My QB's lack of accuracy has definitely showed up in this game. I've missed 4 throws, I think, already that were very makeable. Yeah, I like the inside look here. Yeah. So Brady, some concepts that I would suggest. Curl flats, you haven't run that at all. Dagger. Verticals with comebacks. These are things that are good against what I've been running against you, and you haven't run any of those a single time. What you're mostly running is drive and a little bit of shallow cross, and really not anything else. Not even really slants or anything. So I would suggest taking a look at the concepts I just mentioned and see if you can work them into your game plan. Cut down some of your existing... Actually, you probably already have a lot of those in your playbook. You're just not calling them because you're not comfortable with them. So rep them in practice and get comfortable with them. That was just floated right to me. Oh, that accuracy is so bad. It's a wide open touchdown. Oh, almost had a gap. Just needed that wide receiver to make a block for me. Okay, here's an interesting play that I really like to run. Tight end I'm running this to is not very good, but yeah, we'll see. It's basically a tight end sneak off of stretch action. It's just one out route. Now if he's in Tampa 2, it won't really do anything, but hit something else. Hit Allen over the top, potentially. Yeah, we'll try for Allen over the top. There we go. It's enough action for that middle linebacker to make that a soft spot in the coverage. One thing that I really like to do, it won't matter right now, but unless I can call Robert. I don't even have one. I was going to say, I like to bring a fifth whenever. Let's do this. I'm going to roll this guy. Better run support to that side, because I already have numbers to the side he ran to. So I blitzed a guy off the edge with less run support and brought him outside a little bit by rolling my linebackers, because I had safety help on to strength. There's defensive, no offensive strength in that formation, because it's a balanced set. Although you can argue that you could just consider strength whatever side has the best blockers in any balanced formation, which on his team I honestly don't even know. I'm assuming he's just running here since he's letting the clock run. Oh, maybe not. Tricked me with running the clock. So it looks like so far you're actually passing pretty decently. You just need better passing concepts. If you had better passing concepts, you'd be more successful. Your decision making is not bad. How did he evade Melvin Ingram? Had him for like a 3 loss. Bosa gets the tackle. I'm happy with that. So I got the running back. If he doesn't go anywhere in the passing game, I'm free to Von Miller laying in the wood. Von's having a pretty good game. Okay, here's what I was going to talk about earlier. I love bringing a robber defense. Get to it. Like this. Where is it? Whatever. Buzz. Cover 3 buzz. And then blitzing a guy like this. So here we go. Just bringing that extra die, it helps a ton. And it puts the buzz guy's going to drop a little bit, so it muddies the seam read enough that they usually have to take an extra second. A lot of times I look to that seam against cover 3, and because the robber defender is there, especially when he already threw a pick to him once, it just makes him think about it for a second. And it gives your 5-man rush a better chance of getting to the quarterback, which is what happened there. I mean, obviously it helps to have great pass rushers, which I do, but still, it's a schematic advantage. Now, normally I would just blitz the corner and let the computer run it, but he quick snapped on me, so I just ended up being on the guy, so I blitzed him myself. But normally I would kind of just pick whatever I think is the soft spot and use that. So the numbers are better to boundary here.
All right, here we go.
Nice. That was almost a huge run. Decent little 2-yard run. And at this point, we'll just shoot clock. And get out of here. So, well played game. Definitely some room for improvement. I mean, for everyone, there's always room for improvement. But for Brady, there's some obvious points of improvement that I hope I gave a little bit of valuable insight into how you might go about improving your offense. Defensively, there are some things obviously that you could do. Eventually, transitioning to usering someone is of course helpful, as opposed to using a D lineman. But I'm also just having kind of a good offensive day, so don't read too much into it. All right, good game. And I will catch whoever's listening. I'll catch you next time.